Whoa. That was a very short cartoon run.
It was a very short cartoon run. Crikey, here we are, another week, another day, another dollar. It's in the Doghouse. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Christian. Here's Simon. There's Tom. We all froze then. What happened then?
You froze.
I know, you all froze as well. Which actually nicely links into my justification, which I'll talk about later on. Anyway, in the show today, we've got a bit of news. We've got a justification minute or 10. The whole show might be a justification 30 minutes. I've just remembered as well that I've not set the klaxon, but I'll come to that in just a minute. We've got the best in show, maybe. We've got In the Shed, where we're talking about dating, the missed adventures, talking about shameful foods, sneaky stacks. Someone might have a raging bullshine, a bit of a rant. And in this week's show, Tom has got an investment opportunity for you all where you might literally make some money. So, without further ado, let's crack on. Let me put my headphones on. I've forgotten to do everything in a minute. And let's have a bit of fun. And let's start the news, Simon K. Knight.
I would if I could find my mouse.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, here we go. There's the news.
The Week Report with news, views, and screws.
Oh, I forgot my
You forgot your screw. I nearly bought one in just in cases. So, I've got news.
What?
No.
I've got news.
What is your news?
I am getting vaccinated.
Oh, he's of an age.
I'm the first of us. I'm of an age to get vaccinated. Well, I was quite surprised because I knew they were doing the 55 to 59-year-olds.
Yes.
But no, I got my call.
Oh, very good. That's good.
Yes, so they must be doing well. They must be ahead of the game.
Or people aren't taking it. People in down southwest are just thinking, nah, not for me.
Nah, not for me.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I go in next Wednesday. I don't know which vaccine I'm having. They don't tell you until you get there. So that'll be
really?
interesting. I better report on that next week.
Yeah.
And on any side effects or, you know.
Have you a drooping face?
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, I will say it does make sense that you're going to get one based on seniority because I am noticing a new sign of seniority.
What do you mean?
Not senility, a new sign of seniority.
There's been plenty of senility.
What have you noticed, Tom?
I'm seeing a little of the Billets Blanco hair colouring.
Yeah.
In Mr. Duffel.
In Mr. Duffel.
I have got this weird streak.
That's come on thick and strong a lot, like very quickly. That came from nowhere, seemingly.
I think that's the sheer worry of, they say the most stressful thing in life is house moving.
Yeah.
I completely concur with that.
So in the last week, that's happened.
That's how grey I've got.
And you look like Dickie Davis. And if you'll allow me to share the screen, I will show you, for those of you in America who do not know who Dickie Davis is, or who is of an age who doesn't know what Dickie Davis is. Are you ready for this? So remember what Simon looks like.
He was a sports presenter on ITV, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Did World of Sport.
Remember what Simon
Did he also
like?
do Ski Sunday?
No, that was BBC, wasn't it?
Oh, poo. I was about to play that instead. I don't know what the tunes were.
So anyway, remember what Simon looks like? Are we ready?
Yeah.
It's in exactly the same spot. Look at it.
And with my lockdown hair being so long at the moment, I'm almost the same style.
Well, Simon,
I'm going
Dickie Davis.
I'm going to volunteer that Simon should have a BBC radio DJ style nickname, and I think he should now be called Simon the Skunk Duffel.
He's certainly got enough wind. Tell you that for nothing. He looks like toast. Doesn't he?
Stephen Toast.
Yes.
Have you got a picture of Stephen Toast for us, Peter?
Hang on, I'll do it. Keep talking and I'll find one out.
You will.
Yes.
Just put in Stephen Toast, he'll be there. Yes. For those in America who don't know who Stephen Toast is a program created by a very funny guy called Matt Berry, who plays an London actor of mixed ability and his ongoing sagas. And, that is it.
It's him. He is Dickie Davis. And who is
Toast of London.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if I shaved off my beard and just left my moustache, I would literally be Toast of London.
Well, I'm going to give a little piece of news about me. Last night, I after a brief cessation of tennising, had a late night game last night with some friends, and one of us, I'm not going to, who will remain nameless, suggested we played one more set at the end, just one more bedtime set. And that set ended up lasting about 45 more minutes. And everybody feels terrible today. I mean, terrible.
Aching.
Yeah, we're
so when
all
you
like...
say bedtime, what time are you talking?
So we started playing at 8:30. At 10:30, we were like, yeah, I think we're done now. And I was like, so that person...
Yeah, obviously.
said, let's finish it off. Let's just do one more. And we went until the lights turned off, but they turn off dead at 11:07. For some reason, they always turn off at that time. It was 30. It was unfinished. We'd got to 5-all, and we were all like,
and today, was it? Were you playing doubles?
Yeah, playing doubles with 3 other people because it's a nicely distanced game tennis. It's a big court, it's outdoors. You don't really get close to each other. You're swinging a racket around. You just don't get close to each other at all. You're never closer than 10, 12 feet away from each other. So it's a nice, safe sport. Well, that's after the game. It's the après tennis. But no, so I'm like creaking and feeling a bit old and creaky today.
What was the temperature last night?
Oh, it was lovely. It was a lovely balmy about, I'm gonna guess at about 15 degrees Celsius.
Ooh,
it was nice, yeah. In the evening, it was lovely. It was like a spring evening, a springe evening. It's going to dip a little bit next week, but it's been nice. Hey, tell you what, I'm going to just co-op this quickly to tell you briefly that we now have...
Opportunity.
It is an investment opportunity. You, the listeners and viewers out there, here's the thing, guys. You owe us. You owe us for the amount of laughs and love and kindness and thoughts we give you, and all of the chuckle or two we've donated. But here's the thing: we're not really asking for money. We have set up a Patreon, but what we're asking for, but here's the thing: what we're actually asking for is a few chuckles in return. Because I've set up this Patreon, but not so that you can give us money and we'll go, oh, thank you very much, thank you, because we put a load of effort. Look at the backgrounds, man.
Yes.
But actually, it's because this new Patreon, as mentioned in last week's episode, is purely for our investment opportunity. This is going to be Simon's dodgy Bitcoin investment fund. And all we are going to do is put any money that you put into the Patreon into Simon's sweaty little hands, and he's going to invest it and probably lose it all. And we will not touch it unless it literally goes ballistic and we are talking 5 figures.
Oh, Tom, you know who you sound like? You're doing a great Jordan Belfort. You are the wolf of New Jersey. I'm sold. I'm ready to give you my money.
Ready to get all my money.
I'm learning a lot from this pitch. Keep going. Sorry to interrupt.
So you can give us £1 or $2 or $1 or $2. It doesn't matter if you're on my side of the pond or Mr. Duffiel's and Mr. Billett's. Throw us a couple of quid, but it's genuinely going to go into a purely for entertainment Simon's completely ill-informed investment fund.
Yes.
So you too can fund the Skunk and the boys in the Doghouse. So please feel free to check us out, Patreon, in the Doghouse
That is
show.
a great name.
That is a great name. Fund the Skunk.
Fund the Skunk.
You've got to keep that now.
Yeah.
Fund the Skunk. Otherwise,
I didn't put it there. I didn't highlight it.
No, I know, but you might start dying it.
Well, can we start buying Simon some hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide, so he just it gets a little bit bigger each week.
Right, just to give this a bit more credence, and of course, investments go down as well as down.
Oh, yeah.
When I originally invested my money into this whole thing, I had my original investment was about £342.
Oh yes,
yeah, roughly. Okay, the fund, and that was 4 months ago. My current fund stands at £498.65. So that's a fairly good return, isn't it?
That is for just surfing websites, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is very good.
So I've got some in Ethereum at the moment, and I've actually pushed back some into euros because
cheeky.
Yeah, because the BATs are declining, and when they get down to a certain figure, I'll put back in and then wait for them to go up again. So, yeah, I've got a ticker going.
Nice.
So, Fund the Skunk is open.
So, listener
I feel
and viewer, listener and viewer, if you have donated all of that money, that could mean that our coffers could have swollen to 12 or 13 pounds.
Love it.
Absolutely. But it is a bit of fun, and if we, I don't think we're allowed to do this really, but basically, what you're doing on Patreon is donating to us. But we've got a gentleman's agreement with you that we will invest that money into my dodgy schemes.
Yeah,
that we promise nothing, and you'll end up with nothing. Just to put that out there. But on the slight off chance BATs go through the roof, we could come back with a bit of cash.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But likely nothing. I'm saying that again.
Who knows?
Nothing.
Right. Well, shall we move on to the Doghouse? Who's in the Doghouse this week, boys?
Well, so my in the Doghouse is linked to Justification Minute. So go on, go. I can.
I'm not in the Doghouse this week.
I will be in the Doghouse when I announce what my justifications are.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to also say I'm on like some kind of hot streak of not being in the Doghouse.
No,
you're never in the Doghouse.
Tom is always in the Doghouse.
No, he's never in the Doghouse. He treads very carefully, just Tom.
He always does what he's told. That's why.
Me and Christian are a bit more gung ho.
Through the tulips. All right, well, let's bang on then. It's time for everybody's favourite
Justification Minute.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, I do forget. 1 week we'll get it right, Hendrix, won't we? 1 week we will get it right. I've got Hendrix, my dog, here. It's his birthday today. He's 2 years old.
Oh,
and he's the same age as my wife. No, he's not the same age as my wife.
Everybody, we got to sing it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hendrix. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
I didn't know that was going to be a competition. Can we do the last note again? Let's make it a competition.
Hang on. Tom.
There's Hendrix. Look.
There he is. Before you start again, it is Emma's birthday today. So
all right, so it's Emma. It's the long note, end note competition. We're just doing the final happy birthday to you for Emma.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Emma. Happy birthday to you.
Prostates going, gentlemen. Don't laugh.
All right.
Oh,
very good.
I picked the right note for holding on because you don't use a lot of air with the falsetto. With that.
Falsetto. Yeah,
it's not falsetto because falsetto, if you remember,
thin folds. I know. Yeah, falsetto.
Thin folds. Falsetto. No, falsetto is with released air, isn't it? Thin folds is. Falsetto is.
Isn't Thin Folds a presenter on ITV?
Lynn Folds, that's it.
Thin Folds, yeah.
Didn't he take over from what's his name? Piers Morgan. He took over from Piers Morgan.
Yeah, Thin Folds Wood.
Thin Folds Wood, that's it.
Yeah.
Very good. I can't remember where we are in the show now.
I don't know. It's best in show. Oh, no,
it's not. No, it's
Justification.
We haven't started yet. I've got so many justifications, right? But
right, go.
God, where do I start? So the reason I'm in the Doghouse is because of these justifications. Because I wanted these 3 items, but somehow persuaded Susan that she wanted them for her birthday. So technically I bought myself a present, but under the banner of Susan's presents, and hopefully she'll never watch this, so she'll never know. But anyway, yes, I bought a load of stuff for her birthday, which is great. But what I have bought, because I've been very tired the last 2 weeks or so, and I think this might help me, and I think Simon's bought some of these, I've got some blue light glasses. Has Tom got some as well? And I don't know whether they work or not.
That's what these are.
But of course, they're the best blue light glasses in the world.
So that money can buy.
This is where me and Tom hold back on telling him how much we paid for ours, and Christian tells us how many times more he paid for his. How much?
But they're carbon fibre, Simon. They're lovely.
How much? How much?
Well, I don't think cost. You can put a cost
how
on.
Much?
On eyesight.
How much?
They're actually a crowdfunding one. They're ones on Kickstarter. Anyway, £65.
How much?
£65.
Well, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's still awful. I paid. How much did you pay, Tom?
Oh, I'm going to say about $12.
Oh.
Yeah, I paid about £12 for these.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, they look good. They look very nice. Anyway, they'll turn up at some point. So, and the other thing I've justified, which is it is a justification. So I'm going to end up paying twice for internet because I've been given the opportunity to get super fast broadband through another provider. But because I've got another year left on my account with the British Telecom, I'm going to be paying twice. But instead of having 50 meg broadband, I'm going to have 250 meg broadband, which is bananas,
that's True Speed. Is that True Speed?
Apparently, that's because it's fibre to.
No. Is that the name of the company, True Speed? Because True Speed are the ones to offer that here.
Oh, Airband. No, Airband is the name of the company.
Right. Sorry, how fast?
There's a few of them.
How fast was that in 250? 1,000.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Gig.
I know. I live in the sticks. You live in civilization.
That is toe-woo. I have a justification, and it is a true justification this time.
Go on.
Down in my kitchen, I have a beautiful, very expensive, but I've had it for years and years and years and years. Bean to cup coffee machine, espresso coffee machine. It's beautiful. It's lovely. I love it. It makes amazing coffee from fresh beans, grinds them fresh every time I want coffee. Mm-hmm. Here's the problem. I like coffee a little too much, and sometimes I want a decaf. What you can't do is do caffeinated beans and then switch to decaffeinated beans easily and quickly.
You can't mix up your beans.
Can't mix your beans. You can't juggle your beans, much though you try frantically.
Yeah.
That's a euphemism.
And the problem with this machine is using the ground option that you can do is not very good.
No.
You can get decaf beans though, can't you?
Oh yes, yeah, you can, and I have in the past.
What you're saying is that you've got to empty the thing out.
Yeah,
put decaf bean. Yeah,
and that's impossible.
Consumer help for the listeners. How do you decaffeinate a bean? What's the process?
There's
two processes.
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
That I'm aware of.
Go on.
He's right.
There's a chemical process and there's a water process.
Ah.
I used to drink Taylor's of Harrogate's decaf, and that was the reason I got that, is because it wasn't chemically decaffeinated; it was water-based decaffeination. How that works, I don't know, but it sounded better.
Okay. Yeah. But so I thought, well, I want decaf in the middle of the day, and I just want my caffeinated coffee for the times when I'm ready to go. And I think, well, the thing I like is espresso, and I thought, well, what about No, not espresso. I thought, what about if I get a little coffee machine for the office?
Nice idea.
Nice.
It's a really nice idea. Yeah.
I'm feeling a justification coming on.
So what I really need is
you need it.
The top of the range Nespresso pod machine.
Yes.
Which I received, realised was slightly the wrong colour, sent back and have ordered one that's even more expensive because it was the only way I could get a colour that would suit the office.
Is it the Nespresso machine that I advertised and my dulcet tones is all over YouTube? Is it the Nespresso Creatista Plus offers a high-end, elegant machine with grinding your beans? Is it one of those? Is it a Creatista Plus? Oh, for God's sake.
No, you didn't. You didn't persuade anybody. I don't know. Classy or something.
Okay. So it's going to be in your office. Is that how you've...
It's going to be in my office. But it is massively expensive, but purely because I specifically wanted espresso decaf. So well worth the huge amount of money that I'm paying just to get a small coffee pod machine in my office.
But they're pods.
It's the capsules.
Yeah, the capsules. Yeah, that's what we've got. Yeah, that's what we've got.
I've got a Dolce Gusto, which is, I think that's Nescafe as well, isn't it?
No.
No.
Yeah, yes, it is.
No.
Look up Dolce Gusto.
No.
Look it up.
No, I'm telling you, it's like you've got the big pods. You got the big.
No, that's Tassimo.
Oh.
Yeah. Not Keurig either. Dodgy Gusto. Hang on.
Dolce
Gusto.
Dolce Gusto. The great Italian folk singer, Dolce Gusto.
Dolce Gusto.
Nescafe Dolce Gusto. I told you.
Really? Can you share it?
Yeah.
Can we buy it?
No, it's Nescafe. No, it's not Nespresso. Nespresso is...
I've had my Nespresso machine. I must have had it for about 10 years. It's probably the best purchase I've ever made. We use it every day, at least 3 times a day. It's never let us down. Great bit of kit. It's a DeLonghi. A DeLonghi.
Yeah, mine's a
espresso.
DeLonghi.
Yeah. How long?
This is the one I've got. Let me share this screen.
Let me show you your coffee machine.
I've got the Infinitissima.
Oh, nice.
That's the one.
Nice.
Gusto.
See, now it's DeLonghi, which makes both of my coffee machines, my impending and that one, but it's not made for Nespresso.
No, that one isn't.
No, it's made for Dolce Gusto.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The reason I got that one was because I can get the compatible pods in Lidl, and they're lovely. I love their coffee.
It's very good. So Tom, have you ordered it? Is it arriving, or what's happening? Okay, excellent, good. All right,
Though it's annoyingly taking a week to get to me, and I'm
that's
very
I hate it when you
frustrated.
have to wait.
Tantalising.
I have to say, though, I'm going to do exactly the same in reverse when I get to my new house. So I've got the Dolce Gusto machine, which will come into the office with me.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get a nice, proper bean to cup for this.
Oh, really? You're going to go bean to cup?
Yeah.
Do you think-
Yeah, you've got to.
It's
don't
ecologically
know.
better. Yeah, no, definitely.
But
getting bags of beans.
The beans go off. That's the problem. And I don't think you'll just.
Not if you put them in the freezer
to justify your bean grinding.
Talking about?
You are talking absolute hogwash.
No, but Tom lives in America where they drink coffee. That's what they drink: coffee and water, right? Or just coffee. Whereas,
Yeah, but I drink coffee I'm a 3 coffee a morning man every morning. I drink a lot of coffee. But it's not just that. I always keep my coffee, if I've got ground coffee, I always keep it in the freezer, which keeps it. It's the best way to do it.
Oh, now here's a fun fact. People talk about keeping it in the freezer, and apparently you actually shouldn't. Apparently it dries out the coffee and dries out the beans.
Oh, right. Maybe in the fridge then it'll be better.
Yeah, the fridge is meant to be better, but really, apparently, it's just meant to be in a nice airproof, airtight container in a cool, dark place. But yeah, freezer apparently is not the best place.
really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Freezer. Simon told me to keep it in the freezer, so I keep it in the freezer.
I have to
Finally,
say
we've given the audience something to listen to that's actually useful.
Bit of consumer advice there, even though it's conflicting.
Yes.
Hey, let's move along. My goodness, this show's taking forever. What's going on?
I know.
There's
You
8
timing
minutes,
it?
30 seconds left. Woohoo.
Have we? Oh, that was a lovely picture of the darling Susan. All right. Well, let's get on to. Oh my goodness, I think we're gonna have to cut some bits. Let's get on to best in show, or should we cut it? What are we doing?
I can watch you if you two got a pitch. I'm happy to watch. I haven't got a best in show.
All right, let's just get. I think we need to move straight into the shed here. I think we got to skip best in show this week.
Oh no!
Do you think?
All right.
That'll give Billet some time to actually do some work.
Exactly.
Yeah, he won't
I've
do
got
it. He'll
Hendrix
forget next
growling at me now with his toy because he wants to play. It's very cute.
I'm looking forward to when I get to the new place and my little one's a bit older, so I'll have a dog in the shed as well.
Exactly.
So we can share doggies. Right. Anyway, talking of in the shed.
Yeah, that's right. Men in the shed.
Here we go.
That's right. Dating.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Dating.
this is a good one.
I thought that would be an
talk a lot
interesting
about
thing
that.
to discuss. Yeah. We're all essentially in long-term relationships and have been for long terms. And I just
But
wondered.
you can still date. Makes it more fun. Makes it more exciting.
And that's why Billet's always in the doghouse.
That's why I'm not married.
He means we're not talking about carbon dating, Billet, to find out your age. We're talking about actual romance. How would we do that now? How would we do that
dating?
now?
Well, Billet would be the latest.
He's
Look at
growling
that
at me.
face.
Very cute.
Billet would be the most recent
Oh,
datee. Because you did the Tinder thing, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I met Susan through Tinder. We've been together for nearly 7 years. So he did it
in the modern way.
Yeah.
So tell us. So, Billet, I mean, you're the closest to a subject matter expert. Tell us how do we do it? Seriously, I'm not kidding.
No. Well, I have good friends actually who are very much on the dating scene, who are single, by the way.
Yeah.
Just for clarity. And it sounds like a nightmare. I think it's particularly difficult if you're a lady looking for a decent bloke. It's tough. It's tough. So, and there's loads of different apps and whatnot out there, but obviously I've not been on Tinder for 7 years, and I think it's changed an awful lot since we've been on it, or I've been on it.
I hear it's not quite as datey, more a bit
hookuppy. Well, you see, but I thought that was what it used to be, and then it became more datey. But there is a plethora of dating apps.
A plethora.
No, plethora.
Yeah. Now, interesting. Before we get onto that, though, Tom, I've got a question. How did you meet Connie? What was your process in the dating?
My process was to I Hugh Granted her.
No, she was never a prostitute. Yeah. she never was.
Well, it was the first gig. I was the first one off the block. No, Hugh. I think. Oh, you mean like that? Oh, fair enough. Oh, you're talking about that bit.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I was trying to think. Wife.
No, I was trying to think. No, I was trying to think. I got confused between that and Pretty Woman. I was
Divine
like,
Brown.
Was he in that? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, Divine Brown wasn't Divine Brown the transvestite who John Waters worked with?
No, it was the one Hugh Grant. It was the prostitute.
Well, the reason I know is because it was in today's news. That's why, coincidentally, that's why it popped up, so to speak.
Right.
And there's an article about it. So, yeah, anyway, keep talking. I'll find it.
But Connie and I met at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, but we were both doing a job at the time. We were doing sort of like a sideline acting gig.
Nice.
Right.
Where they got... where we were theoretically cater waiters, but this was
easy for you to say.
Cater waiters. Cater waiter. But what they did, this was for a major event that was like a big social scene thing. So we both worked for companies that would specifically hire people who were meant to be attractive. Visually very attractive. So it was called model bartending or something like that. And Connie and I met on that, and I did a little Hugh Grant flustered act on Connie, and it didn't really work, but hey, it got me talking to her, and
broke the ice.
Was this place Hooters? Were you both working at Hooters at the time?
Yes.
Hooters.
Yes, because I'm very girthy.
Actually,
in the chest region.
I have been to a few Hooters around the world, and it's not as seedy as I thought it was. In fact, it's not seedy at all. I don't know whether that's because they've toned it down since the original concept. I don't know, but actually, the food's great, and it's
just a theme bar, isn't it? Essentially, Hooters.
It is. I've only been to one. I've only been to Hooters once in my life, and this is true. I was taken there by a gay friend for the chicken wings. Fact. And they were very good chicken wings.
That's what he said.
Yes.
You haven't seen my chicken wings, Tom.
Mm.
Exactly what he said in that instance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Crikey. Okay. So you met Connie the natural route. Simon met Emma when she was a babe in arms, practically.
I met her in the pub. I met her the old-fashioned way. We had a theatre bar opposite the theatre here in Weston-super-Mare, and I'd just come back from London from auditioning for something.
Yeah.
And there was a crowd in there.
Yeah.
For you. You were like, yes.
Do you know who I think I am? And I saw her hands first. It was she had very attractive.
She has very
hands.
lovely hands and feet, but that's another story.
We don't talk about.
We don't talk about the feet. No.
That's something we never talk about.
No, not since,
and never shall talk.
Not
about.
Since 2003.
Yes.
Why did she lose her legs? What's going on?
No, it's another story. We'll save that one.
We'll save that one for another time. Either way, yes, we met in the traditional manner and actually got chatting. I ended up employing her.
Was that the name of the pub, the Traditional Manor?
Very good.
Yeah, very good. I like that. Yeah. If there isn't one, there should be.
Yeah, it should
definitely. But I ended up employing her for an outdoor event I was managing, and her brother as well.
Yes.
And the rest is history.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Interesting.
And here you are, 27 years later.
Yes.
Well, do you know what? I think we should move on.
We have to, because we've only got 1.5 minutes left of the
1.5 minutes left.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
You were going to talk about podcasts, Tom.
Yes.
Let's get that in.
Oh, yes. Reviewing.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we are creating our investment fund, which is all for a bit of fun and larks and giggles, and in the hope that Simon will get completely addicted to it, and then the bailiffs will come in during the middle of taping. That's our big hope. But
Yes.
if you would like to be a bigger part of the show, there's one really nice way you could help us out and be part of the show. We regularly post our videos in audio format as well on iTunes or any good podcast provider. If you would like to be quoted on the show, you can say anything you like. You can discuss the relative merits of each of who your favorite performer is. You can rate us on our sex appeal. You can tell us we're good. You can tell us we're bad. All we would love you to do is to give us a 5-star review on iTunes
or you could tell us that you've watched more than 30 seconds of the show.
Yeah, you can tell us you've watched more than 30 seconds of the show, but just write it in the comments, and every week we will read out one of those reviews.
I've just thought that we should have a thing that we'll give anyone who watches to the end of the show £10. £10. We won't ever mention it, but there's certain episodes where we go, and if you've made it to the end of the show, we will give you